Imagine waking up on your birthday, heading to a cafe celebrate you, and finding a funeral wreath waiting at the front door. This is a reality for some of the most famous women in K-pop. But in 2026, their record label decided to take those literal death threats and engineer them into a global hit. To see how they pulled this off, you have to look at the darker side of idol fandom. It is a vicious environment where rival groups are routinely targeted with coordinated digital hate campaigns. Sakura from Lisa FM became a primary target. She faced a relentless online campaign analyzing and mocking every second of her live performances. Meanwhile, Cat's Eye's Daniela was facing her own wave of mockery, specifically regarding the facial expressions she used during stage routines. The hostility peaked when anti-fans sent actual funeral wreaths to a birthday event for Kim Chae-won, placed right in front of her celebratory cafe. The standard industry response to this kind of pressure is retreat, issuing a tearful apology and laying low. Instead, the label Hybe built a trap. When idols face public backlash, the usual defense mechanism is to disappear until the internet moves on to its next target. Hybe's countermove was to do the opposite. They took the three groups receiving the heaviest fire and put them all in the same room. They combined Le Sserafim, Illit, and Cat's Eye into a massive 14-member unit for a collaboration track. Making direct competitors share the same spotlight is a massive corporate risk. It complicates logistics and risks confusing the distinct brands the label has spent millions to build. This alliance functioned as a calculated mechanism to weaponize the collective hate of their anti-fans. The result was iconic by mistake. It's an alternative pop track with heavy, irregular sounds that functions as a direct response to their critics. Every detail of the music video targets the harassment campaigns. Sakura confronts her vocal critics by taking on the most difficult vocal line in the song. Illit performs a scene in a derelict dentist's office, mocking the microscopic public scrutiny that has followed their concept since their debut. And Chae-won appears casually lying on a dark tombstone, subverting the funeral wreath attacks meant to intimidate her. These hyper-specific references act as a psychological trigger. When an anti-fan leaves a negative comment to point out an Easter egg, they are directly feeding the algorithmic engagement that drives the video's views. The lyrics explicitly thank the haters for the engagement, proving the label successfully built a monetization engine out of pure toxicity. Pulling this off required coordinating 14 active touring schedules across different global time zones. A massive production unit in Seoul built surreal, high-scale sets to house the group's individual universes. Simultaneously, a second unit in Los Angeles worked under director Cody Critchlum to capture the high-intensity U.S. sequences. The production relied on chaotic practical effects, including vehicles fiercely colliding on highways, and the groups roasting marshmallows over burning ruins. That physical destruction mirrors the video's narrative. These post-apocalyptic visuals are a literal manifestation of the haters' toxic digital footprint. This chart tracks the video's velocity, reaching 1 million views in 2 hours. Zooming out reveals a number 38 Billboard debut, achieved with 0 physical sales. This graph then morphs into a map, showing the track dominating through digital momentum alone across 46 countries. This collaboration suggests that having direct competitors share a spotlight doesn't necessarily cannibalize their audiences. It can actually expand the total market reach for everyone involved. The dynamic has flipped. Today, leaving a hate comment no longer cancels an artist. It pays for their mansions and solidifies their status.